Welcome back to Baby to Child, the channel where we dive deep into the products that help parents and little ones navigate the beautiful, messy, magical world of growing up. Whether you're here as a seasoned caregiver or a new parent just trying to figure out what's actually worth bringing into your space, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about a practical staple for both homes and classrooms, the Flash Furniture Emmy adjustable classroom activity table with 6 stackable chairs. That's a mouthful, I know, but if you're looking for a setup that multitasks as much as your kids do, this one's worth a closer look. So, what exactly are we working with here? This set includes a rectangular activity table, just under 2 feet wide and nearly 4 feet long, and 6 stackable shell chairs. Table's height adjusts anywhere from 14.5 to 23.5 inches, which means you can fine-tune it to suit toddlers or early elementary-age kids up to about 7 years old. Chairs are contoured for comfort, stackable for space saving, and sized just right for little bodies, with a 10.75-inch seat height. Table surface is a smooth, 1-inch thick laminate with softly rounded corners, and the whole setup is made from steel and plastic. Practical choices when you're dealing with paint splatters, juice spills, and the occasional mystery goo. Now, let's talk real-world usage, because dimensions on a spec sheet don't mean much if it can't survive a week with your preschooler. Setup out of the box was painless. Everything was labeled clearly, and I got it assembled solo in under 30 minutes. That's saying something when you're balancing coffee in one hand and refereeing a toddler showdown in the other. Adjusting the table height was surprisingly simple, and once set, it stayed locked in. No wobbles, no unexpected drops, even after some intense play sessions involving building blocks, crayons, and more than one dramatic reenactment of a dinosaur attack. I also loved that the chairs were light enough for kids to move around on their own, but sturdy enough not to tip when someone inevitably climbs up sideways. That said, the laminate surface does scratch more easily than I'd like, especially with metal toys or rough play. And while the chairs are comfortable, the back support is minimal for longer activities like focused homework sessions. Here's the breakdown. On the plus side, the adjustable height is a game changer for flexibility, the rounded edges are a huge win for safety, and the lightweight stackable chairs make cleanup and rearranging a breeze. The materials are easy to wipe clean, something every parent can appreciate. On the flip side, the laminate tabletop could be more scratch-resistant, and the chairs, while thoughtfully designed, aren't the most supportive for extended sitting. Also, this set is clearly designed for kids under 7. Older children might outgrow it faster than you'd expect. So, is it worth the price tag? Honestly, for what you're getting, 6 chairs, a solid adjustable table, and materials built with kids in mind, I'd say yes, but with caveats. You're paying for functionality and space-saving design, not premium finishes. If durability and adjustability matter more to you than aesthetic perfection, this feels like a reasonable investment. But if you're expecting high-end materials, you may want to look elsewhere, or be prepared to touch up a few scratches over time. Now, in terms of competition, there are cheaper sets out there, especially with fewer chairs. But many of those use flimsier plastic, have fixed-height tables, or skip the safety corners. For example, the ECR4 Kids plastic activity table is popular but tends to be smaller and less adjustable. The Flash furniture set stands out because of its size and the fact that it scales with your child's growth, something not all activity tables do. As for the build quality, the steel frame underneath the table is solid, and the chairs are surprisingly sturdy for being so lightweight. The plastic doesn't feel cheap or brittle, and the laminate surface, while prone to scratching, doesn't stain or bubble with water exposure. I haven't had this set long enough to speak to multi-year longevity, but based on the construction, it feels like it would easily last through several years of everyday use, especially in a home environment. In a busy classroom, maybe a bit less so, depending on how wild your group gets. Now, I haven't needed to reach out to Flash Furniture's customer support myself, but the brand generally has a decent reputation in the education and home furniture world. They're known for practical, accessible products more than luxury, and from what I've seen in parent groups, responses to replacement part requests or warranty issues are usually timely and respectful. So, while I can't speak from personal experience, I'd say you're not dealing with a mystery brand here. Before we go further, hey, quick favor! If you're finding this review helpful so far, give it a like, hit subscribe, and tap that little bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. We dig into the real deal behind baby and kids products, so you don't end up buying stuff that just ends up gathering dust. Okay, back to it. If the full set is more than you need or doesn't quite fit the budget, there are alternatives worth exploring. Gip Hop makes smaller toddler tables with 2 chairs that are better suited for tiny spaces, though they're not as adjustable. Kiasela with Darius' TT set is super budget-friendly, but the materials don't compare in durability, and you won't get 6 chairs. If you only need seating for 1 or 2, you can definitely scale down and save. To wrap it up, the Flash Furniture Emmy Activity Table and Chairs set delivers a practical, flexible solution for families or educators looking to support creativity, learning, and mealtime without taking over the room. It's not perfect, the surface could be tougher, and the chairs won't work for every kid, but it does exactly what it claims to, and it does it well. I'd recommend it for parents of multiple young kids, homeschooling families, or preschool teachers who need a reliable workhorse that adjusts as their kids grow. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me here on Baby to Child. You'll find the link to this product down in the comments if you're interested in checking it out. If you already own this set, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Has it stood the test of time for you? Or if you've got questions, drop them below. I always do my best to help. Until next time, may your cleanup be quick, your markers be washable, and your toddlers sit still for more than 2 minutes. See you soon.